des jeunes a aussi été évoqué au cours de ce discours du chef de l'État, car ne vous demandez pas ce que le pays fait pour vous, mais ce que vous faites pour le pays. Et je crois que chaque jeune a pu, n'est-ce pas, retenir cette phrase de la locution du chef de l'État. Mais le rappel par le chef de l'État des dangers de l'immigration clandestine est aussi assez et suffisamment interpellateur. Mais qu'est-ce qui motive les jeunes malgré le programme triennal dont il a fait état tout à l'heure et que 500 000 jeunes ont déposé et pour lequel 500 000 jeunes ont déposé des dossiers et qui visiblement marque le pas sur place des jeunes et des grands projets en cours de réalisation. Là est donc toute la question qui devrait revenir sans cesse aux lèvres des jeunes. Alors, on a le programme triennal jeune qui a du mal à être vraiment à se réaliser sur le terrain. On a les grandes réalisations, mais on continue à voir ces jeunes prendre la route pour l'extérieur, l'aventure. Est-ce là la solution? C'est autant de questions auxquelles on continue à se poser. Mais qu'à cela ne tienne, le chef de l'État a tout de même tenu à rassurer ces jeunes et à leur dire de ne pas prendre, n'est-ce pas, le chemin de l'aventure, parce que si les clignotants ne sont pas au vert, ils sont quand même au niveau de l'orange. Voilà un tout petit peu ce qu'on peut dire en attendant sur ce que le chef de l'État a eu à dire à la jeunesse il y a quelques instants.
Okay, before you go, please, we want to find out how should the youth look at this speech of the president with a lot of enthusiasm and hope for the future.
Le futur, pas forcément, hein, parce que je le redisais encore il y a un moment ici, on a plus parlé des réalisations, on a plus parlé de ce qui a été fait, mais et c'est ça qui commence un tout petit peu à rendre les jeunes assez sceptiques par rapport aux sorties du chef de l'État. On ne va pas être assez critique ici, mais qu'à cela ne tienne, il faut dire que les attentes ne sont pas, le discours ne répond toujours pas aux attentes des jeunes Camerounais qui veulent entendre le chef de l'État dire que cette année, en 2018, il y aura tel financement et que au cours de l'année, cela puisse se produire. C'est ça le futur, c'est ça, cette assurance-là, cette garantie qui permettra à cette jeunesse de se dire que là, on est confiant. Mais quand on attend toujours, on se dit, c'est du déjà dit et on doute quand même que ça puisse être réalisé.
Thank you, sir. We will continue with you, Madame Moshili. The president has spoken, and then let's come back to get your feedback. What did you take from that speech?
Merci, j'ai reçu et compris beaucoup de choses par rapport au discours du chef de l'État. Il commence d'abord par cette situation de violence qui sont faites dans d'autres zones dont nous connaissons. La situation de Boko Haram, dans le sud-ouest et le nord-ouest. Bon, il donne un peu une certaine assurance à la population en leur faisant comprendre qu'il y a un certain apaisement et c'est appréciable déjà à ce niveau-là. Il rentre dans l'économie de relance. Il parle de l'héroïsme des forces de défense qui sont en œuvre pour pouvoir ramener la paix dans la nation. Il demande aux jeunes de continuer dans le culte de l'effort. C'est très important.
Yes.
Il ne faudrait pas qu'on baisse le bras. Il parle de faire disparaître le pessimisme. Donc il faudrait que les jeunes, que nous continuions à être optimistes, parce que sans cet optimisme-là, nous allons tout gâcher. Nous n'aurons pas de force pour pouvoir avancer. Je salue cela et il dit sa phrase, que puis-je faire pour mon pays? Ça, je coupe là.
Yes.
Oui, que puis-je faire pour mon pays? Je voudrais faire un petit commentaire là-dessus en disant que les jeunes sont capables, les jeunes sont prêts, les jeunes sont des initiateurs, les jeunes sont des créateurs, des projets. Ils ont plein de projets dans leur mémoire, dans leur banque, mais ils ont un problème d'expression, ils ont un problème de pouvoir faire développer ce projet, et des projets très très intéressant parce qu'ils sont bloqués. Ils savent pas à qui se fier. Ils savent pas où se diriger pour pouvoir avoir le financement par rapport à leur projet. Et quand bien même ils trouvent une issue, c'est pas facile d'avoir un financement pour pouvoir réaliser leur projet. C'est ça qui rentre un peu dans le découragement. Et bon, pour dire que je mets entre guillemets cette phrase, que puis-je faire pour mon pays, il faudrait encore que le chef de l'État revoie, je sais pas comment ça se passe, cette histoire de soutien financier aux jeunes pour qu'ils puissent s'épanouir, pour qu'ils puissent s'exprimer et pouvoir démontrer qu'ils sont capables qu'ils sont capables de pouvoir de continuer le processus de développement dans ce pays.
Madame Moshili, I think when he's talking of seeing what you do for your country and not what your country is doing for you, it's like calling on these youth to try to look at being self-employed, try to be self-autonomous rather than waiting for the government.
Oui, je crois que les jeunes ont compris ça depuis.
Okay.
Ils sont rentrés dans cet esprit d'initiative, de créativité. Les jeunes sont pleins d'esprit d'initiative. Ils sont pleins d'esprit de créativité. Je parle en connaissance de cause. Mais il y a un blocage. Ils n'arrivent pas à s'exprimer. Ils n'arrivent pas à faire ressortir ce génie qui est caché en eux. Ils peuvent le faire, mais quelque part, il y a un problème de canalisation. Vous voyez un peu. Et quand bien il y a des canaux qui peuvent aider, il y a trop de blocage.
Okay, we come back to you, Madam Goin.
Yeah.
When we look at it, about some 2 months ago, Cameroon and some other countries south of Sahara were faced with this issue of clandestine immigration, where Cameroonians are alleged to have been enslaved in Libya. Now, the head of state in his address is trying to condemn Cameroonian, the youth, from undertaking this adventure. What is your feedback like? What is your own appreciation to that outing of the president?
Actually, I will appreciate his speech, and from the list of things he's enumerated, you see that he's conscious about the problems in the country faced by youth. And one thing he's enumerated so many, my colleague has already said it so far. You've talked about the economy, launching of activities in diverse ways, and calling on youth to be at the top, and then wanting youth to develop their creativity spirit in them to at least bring up something and do, and which youths are already doing. But yet he talks about that, saying that it is not the youth should not just give in themselves into maybe leaving the country and
going out.
Yet when you look at his speech, I remember he was talking and saying the youths will be the leaders of tomorrow in the decades to come.
Yes.
So talking about decades to come, it is too long. 10 years, that is a decade. And decades, it's a plural thing, meaning it is something 20 years or in 30 years before they could become leader. Imagine a youth today at age 50, is it at 80 that he will become a leader?
No, at 17, Cameroon can take 70 years, still a youth.
So think things like that. So he's been talking about that. And then my own problem too, he's talked about the social media issue, which is quite a good initiation.
Yes.
And yet, the youth will use it for education. I will think if he was talking about a point like using this social media to get access into forums where youths are not able to get through physically. Let me say you want to get to an office, you want to get an opportunity, and nobody is there to help you access into that. If they could create also a forum where youths could express their worries.
These are those difficulties that Madam Moshili is outlining.
Where youths could, because we are talking about the social, you said it is the 21st
social
century.
Media.
Yeah, and so the social media or the new technology is part of it. And so if this new technology could be used also as a forum where youths could interact, maybe get directly to some people whom they have not been able to get access because of blockages, maybe a lot of hierarchy, a lot of steps to take, then I think that is one point to solving some of these problems, a lot of the problems. Sometimes because the head of state is his entourage is made up of people who come and then report to him, this is what is happening. Then you see, if a youth is running out of the country, is because he sees the future is going to take too long. He himself used such words. You will be in future, in decades to come. That is from his own words. So when the youth look at it, will I take 20 years?
Yes.
I have my certificates. I have my professional, or I'm a professional now, because you highlighted the point of youth being professionals. 2 years taking professionalism.
The youth should prepare themselves for leadership
and professionalism.
Yes.
If a youth has that certificate and maybe has been practicing in his minute way, and then the state, the president comes up and says, that will happen in some decades. So just be patient and be part of our dreams, so that we'll achieve our dreams in an emergent Cameroon to 2035. You see, all those things are taking too long. Yeah, he talked about the DSCE, I don't know what that is. He's talking about I think a program that has put in place agriculture, industry and all the like.
This is the problem.
And youths are already registered for that.
The 3-year special program on the youth. To make sure that youths are helped to realize their project. It is financed by the state, where he cited about 500,000 youths who are already registered to this program. Yes.
And then the registered, he said the funds will be made available this 2018. One thing I would also like to bring up is that when he puts a project in place, he should ensure there is a community to follow it to the fullest, and follow it so much so that everybody has access to it.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you are talking about helping the youth, at least it should be helping the general youth. Yes. It should be a project for all youths. Yes. Not for privileged sets of youth, or godchildren kind of youth, or maybe bias in the language system.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but now that he's brought up bilingualism as a point. It means we should no longer be marginalized. When you go to an office and it's an Anglophone person, it should receive you. Please, if I don't understand you, can you please speak even in Pidgin? Let me understand. At least let that communication be some sort of unity. And then if you enter a French office, let it not be je ne comprends pas. Qu'est-ce que tu dis? Pardon, essaie de parler en français. No, let it be something you do an effort. Essaie d'exprimer même en français que j'essaie de comprendre. That will be different.
Okay.
Yeah. And so one last thing I just wanted to talk about again too is, let the head of state ensure, please, there is a committee set up to manage all these projects that he puts in place and ensures they are accomplished or they're implemented, and this number of youths. And truly, we Cameroonians would like to sit and then hear on screen, these are the people we've brought up, the youths that we've maybe established in this way, probably the agricultural way and one other way. That's engineering, maybe computer engineering, agricultural, arts and craft. Arts and craft, what is the other name for arts and craft? At least that the youth should be well placed to do those things.
Yes.
It is true, he asked, the youth should be asking the question, what have I done for my country? Yes, don't ask what has the country done for me, what have I done for the country? As my colleague already said, the youth cannot access without a nation not doing something. Yes, there are many things where they can bring up their initiative and their creativity and set up something for themselves. But now, the taxes too is another one. It's another one that discourages the youth. You set up a small thing, when they come, they try to evaluate how much is this, or how are you doing it. They impose it. Maybe the number of computers you've put in that small documentary or documentation, please. They look at it and they're like, how much could this be? How much could this be? And then they impose a very high tax on you.
So those
and then
discouraging
all those things
youth.
you just see, they discourage the youth. Something that is not even up to the capital of the youth. So they should also, when they are doing all those things, implementing, they should also look at those that are doing an effort to become something and see how their own taxes should be curbed too.
So we are saying that the government should give an enabling environment for the youth to excel in their.
To excel, yeah.
But actually, the president is giving a promising future for our universities, which from now will be connected to the global university cyberspace. So, what hope do you give? You are a teacher in that domain. So, our universities now will become connected to the rest of the world, and I think that is good news for our students.
Yes, it's a very good news, because they have many difficulties to to in the research when they want to make research,
yes,
they need a lot of money to do it. But if they have that space, it will be a good thing to them. For
maybe I got him wrong. He did not say would it be free of charge, because like the connection is there.
Yes.
But will it be free of charge? Is it that in universities now we are going to have free Wi-Fi in universities?
Oui, c'est déjà bien. C'est déjà bien qu'on ait ça. Bon, maintenant il faudrait voir des modalités d'accès.
Ok.
Hein? Les modalités d'accès. Est-ce qu'il faudrait payer? Quelle est la somme qu'il faudrait payer pour pouvoir accéder à ce réseau? Au niveau d'étudiants, il faut voir. Je ne sais pas comment ils vont ménager ça. Il faudrait quand même qu'ils mettent ça à un prix où l'étudiant pourra avoir accès à ça. Mais c'est déjà une très bonne chose parce que les étudiants dans leur recherche ont besoin des sites de recherche pour pouvoir effectuer leur travail. C'est très intéressant. Ils ont besoin de savoir, ils ont besoin de ce qui a été fait ailleurs pour pouvoir étoffer leur connaissance, leur savoir et être les meilleurs tels que nous le profil, avoir le profil que nous voulons pour la nation.
And we can see the effort of the president in that domain with these computers, the gift of computers. Luckily in Cameroon, tomorrow Sunday we'll be expecting another consignment of computers. Others came just this week. Others will be coming in tomorrow, so that Yaoundé, Douala, Bamenda and Boya should be served those computers. So you see the government on its plan of action.
Oui, c'est ce que je disais au départ, que le gouvernement est en train de faire des efforts pour pouvoir pallier un certain nombre de problèmes au niveau des jeunes. Et ces efforts ne sont pas négligés. Si déjà on commence par là, il faut que nous ayons l'espoir que tôt ou tard, que les meilleures choses sont à venir. Avoir un laptop à sa disposition, je vous jure, c'est comme si vous avez, comment je vais dire, c'est un compagnon, un compagnon de travail auquel vous ne pouvez pas vous dissocier, quelle que soit la position que vous occupez chez vous, vous pouvez l'avoir. Et si vous avez déjà un accès à Internet, mais vous êtes ouvert au monde à partir de votre chambre, vous pouvez travailler, faire tout ce que vous voulez. Et moi je crois que c'est à saluer, c'est des efforts salutaires, et il faut que nous continuions à avoir cet optimisme que les choses seront meilleures dans les
days
années à
ahead.
venir.
To whom much is given, much would be demanded. Now, Madam, when we talk about youth and politics, the head of state is encouraging the youth now to get actively involved in politics. How involved are Cameroonian youths in politics? What's the problem with the youths in politics?
You know, the issue of youth, when we talk about it, student age, most of them have been busy with their schoolwork, and then they take it that they are still young. But now you see the head of state calling on state calling on them to vote actively, because this year is an electoral year where we have all the elections, municipal, legislative and presidential and
senatorial.
So he's calling on the youths, and then saying at least 20 or above. We all know youths vote as from 18, and so even at
now it's 20. From 20 years, you are free to
so he's calling on them to vote massively. Why? He wants the youth to involve in the future of their tomorrow, to see that a vote can influence, maybe an action can influence an act of tomorrow. If they want a better Cameroon for tomorrow, they also have to start participating now. And so the problem with the youth is probably they had looked at it, and they looked at it from their own corner or from their own angle, and then they saw that probably it changed nothing, or nothing will move, and then they just said, let us stick to our own corner. It is a thing of the elderly ones. Yes, but now the head of state is calling them to actively participate.
When you look at the population range in Cameroon, you see the population under 15 years, they're about 43%. The population under 25 years, about 64.2%. And between 15 and 45 years, there are more than 10 million. And if this 10 million decides in Cameroon, they are able to turn things around. So I think that the political future of this country depends largely on the youth. Now, when we look at the difficulties that these youths have, how are our elders bringing the youth to politics?
Yes.
How do they bring them to politics?
Comment est-ce que nos aînés amènent
how do we
les
get
jeunes
these
dans la
youth
politique?
involved in politics? Because I feel that youths are like just there to make ceremonial speeches, and how active when it comes to, I don't see where they say the president of this section is, and then the youths should be besides. But we don't see that. So how active should they be?
Bon, là, ça dépend de chaque parti politique.
Yes.
Ça dépend de comment il... et on constate qu'une certaine... il veut s'accaparer de tout, et les jeunes ont de la peine à pouvoir accéder à des postes stratégiques.
Yes.
Pour pouvoir amener les nouvelles idées. Mais ils n'ont pas cet accès. Bon, on espère que ces aînés comprendront qu'ils sont en train de
partir.
Et qu'ils préparent la relève, et qu'ils laissent au moins la chance aux jeunes de pouvoir s'exprimer et de voir si les jeunes peuvent apporter un changement, ce qu'ils n'ont pas fait, si les jeunes peuvent essayer de le faire. Donc ils donnent quand même cette chance aux jeunes de pouvoir, mais moi je crois que les jeunes ont quand même pris conscience de que les choses doivent changer, et que si on leur donne un petit espace, ils peuvent essayer de changer la donne, de ne pas faire ce que les aînés ont fait. Donc je crois qu'il y a cette tendance-là qui se prépare au niveau de l'esprit des jeunes, en fait.
Because when the head of state speaks, he says from his position as the head of state, he has noticed a kind of attachment, a kind of interest that the youth are developing in the affairs of their country. And then he wants to call on them to be patriotic about the country. Yeah. So now, if you were to talk to your fellow youths, how do you tell them about this issue of politics? Because there's this kind of lack of interest, like you said, in politics.
That's just what I said from the beginning, that the youths are not given the chance. They're not given the opportunity to implement what they have in them. They are loaded. They have a lot in them. And if they're given that chance, they will excel. They will explode. And the state itself, because normally, the youth are the active population of a country. And if we limit the youth, we like some sort of bound them, then you see the influential part of the country will not be seen. Yeah, when you talk about agriculture and you don't give lands, this youth will not get up and acquire lands from nowhere. Suppose, let me say, I am a youth and my father has just a small hectare where our house has been pitched there. And then tomorrow they say I should go to agriculture. Where do I start? Where do I start? So I was traveling the other day and then just looking at the bushes as I was going to Northwest. I was just looking at the bushes around Njumbe and all the like. I said, but the government has these lands. And if the government can just like access into a particular hill or maybe one village and say, this land I take over it from now, it is going to be a project land for the youth. And then he calls the youths and then partition them into hectares. You take this hectare, you take this one, do some farming. Then you will see the product at hand. And then if they keep saying, go to do agriculture, vote, and they're not given the chances like the chances to express what they can do as youth, if they're given the chance to roll, then what do you expect? The spirit of patriotism will arise, and all they will see is, I'm doing nothing here, I'm wasting. I have everything, but I'm wasting. I cannot exercise anything. So the best thing is for me to step out of the country, where with the little I do, I will be paid fabulously. And then now the few that even get to work something here, they're being exploited. Let me say exploited. They're being exploited to the fullest. They work maybe longer hours, and for a salary of about 30, 40,000, 50,000, those are the salaries. You find people with degrees, they come back, or maybe with masters, they come back maybe to teaching, and they start getting maybe being paid a salary of 40,000, 45. So you understand what that means. So tell me why youth will not be thinking about going out of the country. So it's better they see about they see about putting strategies or things that youth can use to succeed. Sorry.
Okay, madam, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of us on this special program where the youths have been called upon, and see the head of state talking like a father to his children, discouraging them from getting into these ills of social media. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we prepared for tonight. Programs continue here on DBS television. We wish, on behalf of the technical crew, to wish all the youths out there happy Youth Day in advance, and calling on you to be youths, to be Cameroonians, and to be happy to be Cameroonians. Good night.